Happy birthday, my friends! Oh, I'm so glad that you're going to be doing this painting with me. You are going to love it. So much fun! Let's get started. Okay, so the first step, paint your entire canvas blue. Well, kind of like a pale blue. I used a pale blue, so you can take your white and mix a little bit of blue in there, and you want to cover your whole canvas. Why? Because it's just nicer to paint on a canvas that isn't pure white. Having the blue background helps you with your colors, and it helps you when you want to draw things in with chalk. So that's what we're going to do first, is just paint the whole thing in. Let's get started. In between your steps, use a hairdryer. The next step is making your background a little bit more interesting. Okay, friends, it's cake plate time. This is what's going to make your whole painting. Cake plate? Really? Yes, because if you make your cake plate wide, then your cake will be large at the bottom, and then it can go smaller up to the very top. But if you make your cake plate smaller, say maybe only this wide, then you can make a tall, thin one, and it can be all different layers, and it can be like tipsy-turvy. You can do all kinds of stuff. It's time to get creative. What are you going to choose? When you're adding the light blue onto the turquoise, it almost looks white, but it's not. It's actually just the light blue that you used for your background. Bright pink, turquoise, and yellow looks awesome. If you blob your paint, do not worry. You can just dry it, paint over. I get my thumb right in there and smudge it right off. Meh, no problem. Okay, this is the fun part. Well, I keep saying that, but that's because this painting is so much fun. So now we're going to do the layers. So I used, what did I use? I used yellow and white and brown. Chocolate, my favorite. And white for whipped cream, and red and pink, and then a big blob of whipped cream on top. And don't forget to put it in between the layers, because you gotta smush those layers together. Get creative as you like. You could do a whole chocolate Sorry. Knock, knock. Who's there? Yodelady. Yodelady who? Why are you yodeling? Okay, so it's time to put some berries on there. I put some strawberries, but you could put blueberries, or you could put sprinkles, or anything really. So this is a part where you add some detail. I'm adding polka dots, and I'm adding little squiggly lines, and I'm doing all kinds of little tiny things, but it's the little tiny things that make the difference.
So I decided to go back over some of the layers and add another coat of paint just to make them more darker. I actually go through every one of the layers and I put little tiny lines of white so it looks like there's whipped cream in between all of the layers. Here I'm just darkening up the yellow in some places and adding a little bit of white. And this is so much fun to watch this come to life. If you put that dark blue line around the bottom of your plate, it just makes it pop.
Okay, it's candle time. How many candles are you gonna put on your birthday cake? I put 5.
Don't forget that you can use different colors when you're making this painting. Don't forget, make it your own.
More dots.
Dots and dots and dots and dots and dots, but dots. Dots and dots and dots and more dots and more dots. And more dots. And then add some more dots.
Okay, so now you're ready for your first layer of flowers. Rail on the cake plate.
Making the flowers is a lot of fun because you first start out just a little bit. I'm doing some white and then I go back over with the pink. And then I work on the painting a bit and then I go back again when it's a little bit dry and I add some yellow. It's all about the layers, layer on layer on layer until it looks the way you want it. Now when you're putting the leaves on, you can put them wherever you like, but I like to put the bigger leaves out towards the end of the plate on the edges. That's just how I do it. Have some fun. You can add as many leaves as you wish. If you're concerned about how you're making your flowers or how to make flowers, they're just circles, round and around and around. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Make a little swirl with your brush, and that's your flower.
Details.
Time to add those chocolate sprinkles. Now I'm adding the flames on top of the candles and the stripes. Don't forget to stripe those candles. You can make them any colored stripes that you like, but I used red and white. So now I'm adding some orange to the flames, and I'm adding a bit of yellow to some of the flowers. So now let's add some candy to that red layer. I'm gonna add some squares all the way across in white, and then when it dries I'll go back over and add some color. And I'm gonna outline the whipped cream with a thin line of black. Starting to look good. There we go. We'll add some color. Okay, so now it's time to outline your candles with black.
Okay, we're in the home stretch. You're almost done. You're going to be painting in your blue table, which is not straight, it's angled, makes it cool. And you're going to do nice black outline around your entire cake and the candles, makes them pop. And then you're going to be drawing or painting in all the yellow. Trick, I want to teach you something here. Here's a trick. When you're painting in your yellow, don't go straight up to your cake. Leave a little bit of a gap. So you have that nice black outline. Then you have a little bit of that blue background that we painted right at the very beginning, showing through, and then you have the yellow, and it just makes your painting jump out at you. And then when you do your pink swirly streamery things here, you're going to want to go around and you're going to want to put your little black outlines as well, and it just makes it pop.
Here comes the yellow. Look at that. Doesn't that look great? Now remember, don't paint all the way up close to the cake. Leave a tiny little bit of a gap so that little bit of blue is shining through. Wow, that looks so cool. So I'm going through the layers and I'm just adding little tiny finishing touches, little circles and dots and whatever, just to fill in the spaces. So I'm gonna make the table more interesting by adding some white. I'm doing little dashes, but you could do lines, you could do circles or dashes, whatever you like. I decided to go back over this one layer because it's the same color as the background and to add a little bit more color to it. It's time to add those pink streamers. Squiggly wiggly woo. Okay, so it's time to fill in those spaces. Add some big round dots and then go back over them later and put little centers in each one of the flowers. Alrighty, let's add those black outlines to those streamers. And for the finishing touch, let's add make a wish.